The Burt Show.
So we've heard on the show time to time, dudes buying fake diamond rings and thinking they're going to sneak those by their fiancés, right? They'll never know the difference. But how about the dude that goes out, gets himself a diamond ring, and then she realizes that it's a fake, but he never had any idea about it at all. That's the email we got this morning. And if you guys have anything going on in your life you want to share with The Burt Show, we turn around. We give it to Burt Show fam all around the country. Hit us at theburtshow.com. All right, Cass, what do we got here?
So my fiance proposed to me in 2018. He was so romantic. Perfect proposal. He gave me this beautiful single diamond ring, perfect because of how simple and elegant it is. I absolutely love this ring. This is the most beautiful piece of jewelry that I own. Everything I have is pretty much costume jewelry because I honestly can't think of spending a lot of money on a piece of jewelry. In October 2020, we were going to the Texas Renaissance Fair, and on the way there, it broke. A prong that was holding the diamond broke. Luckily, it was in our truck and we found the diamond rather quickly. We found a spare ring at the Renaissance Festival to wear in place of the ring, and it was actually really cute because he proposed again and said he was the only one to put a ring on me. Dorky, but super cute. Anyway, we've been trying to get it fixed. Well, I found out from a jeweler that it's not a real diamond and they couldn't fix it. I still want my original ring fixed because I love it, but my fiance paid for it at an antique store and even has the papers of authenticity, which means he got ripped off and lied to. Y'all, he was so proud to give me a ring. He saved up for it and paid it off with installments. He really did think it was real. I did buy a very beautiful ring that we will use as a wedding band, but I still want to get my engagement ring fixed. I don't care that it's not real. It's my favorite ring. But I feel like he will be devastated and disappointed in himself if he finds out that it's not real. I'm thinking I'm just going to take it to my grave and never tell him, but at the same time, we try really hard to have open communication and honesty with each other, so me keeping this from him is essentially lying to him, isn't it? What is the best course of action?
Ooh, I'd want to know. First of all, I'd want to know, and my ego taking the hit would be less than the justice I once served because they charged me for that ring. So I would 100% want to know there. 1-855-BURT-SHOW if you guys have any thoughts. Mo?
Yeah, I think she should 100% tell him. I understand why she doesn't, but for the fact that he got ripped off alone, you got to tell him. He has to know that, and he has to do whatever he feels he needs to do about that situation to rectify it.
Yeah, and I think that she needs to let him know that she's perfectly cool with the ring. She loves the ring, but the fact that it's financial, and now it's more of a situation of what's right and what's wrong, I would definitely want to know that. Davi?
It's the principle of the matter, and if his personality is anything like mine, he deserves to know so he can go up in that antique shop like a bull in a china shop and just start knocking things over, be like, you give me my thousands of dollars back. Because the fake ring, I mean, the band itself was probably like a couple hundred, but they put a fake diamond in there and then charge you thousands?
Yeah.
Like, that's insane. You can't get away with that.
Some of these places are super shady, so I also think there's almost like a duty to bust the place and call them out online, too, because chances are really good this is not the only couple that they've done that to. Mo?
That's exactly what I was going to say. You got to think about all the other people, because I'm sure he's not the only person this has happened to. So they need to be blown up, man. You got to do it for the people.
Davi?
Didn't Cassidy say that this happened to her husband with the Paul Blart?
That's
Paul
right.
Blart,
Yeah.
New
Cassidy.
York, fake
Dude
diamonds.
ended up in jail. I mean, you can't defraud. I mean, that is straight up fraud if they know what they're doing, you know. And my husband, he wasn't embarrassed. He just was mad. You know, he's like, I need to know if this diamond's fake or not, because for us, he was saving up, working 3 jobs just to have the money. For some guys, like, that's a really big deal to spend that kind of money.
David, good morning. You're part of the Burt Show. Aaron, I'm sorry. Good morning.
Hey there, how are you?
Good, thank you.
I think that she should absolutely tell him, but make sure he knows that she loves it. And I think that they should go after that antique store. They should sue him.
Yeah, I 100% think
they
so.
should absolutely. They misrepresented what they had, and even if they didn't know, they should do a better job themselves checking their inventory.
Yeah, I think I told you guys this before. You got to be really careful of the places you guys go get your rings, right? When I bought the engagement ring for my ex-wife, they tried jacking with me also. Remember I told you guys this story that at the time I didn't have a whole heck of a lot of money, man, but it was what I had. So I spent a certain amount of money on the diamond and the ring, and it looked fine to me. So a few days later, I was supposed to get it back when they put it in the setting and all that, and I looked through that little, what do you call that little thing? That little thing that they put on their eyes and looking at the quality of it.
Eye diamond checker outer.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, technical.
Right?
Technical term.
And it was so clear to me that it was not the same ring. It had like some serious flaws in it, man. And I even said to the dudes, I'm like, this is not the same ring. I know it. And they're like, no, it's the exact same ring. But I'll tell you what, we can get you another ring, but it's going to cost you another $1,000. And I was leaving that weekend to propose to my ex. So I needed it right then, right there. And they had me, right? So they're like, we can give you another ring. It's going to cost you $1,000. So I'm like, fine. I'll come back later in the afternoon and I'll get the ring. Great. You win. I was really, really mad. So I walk back in there later on in the day, and they've got my ring, and it's the extra, it's the new diamond in it and everything. But at the very same time, some dude was walking in there with his wife, and they were celebrating like a 50th wedding anniversary. And this dude was dripping with money. You could just tell. I could smell it. You could see it. All the designer clothes. I mean, you could tell he was rich, and the ring that he was buying was super, super expensive. Well, there are 3 or 4 salespeople in there at the same time, and they are all doting over this really rich couple, right? They give me my ring, send me on my way, and they weren't paying attention to me at all. Long story short, they never charged me for the ring. I never got a bill for that ring.
Yeah.
Like at all? Like
At all.
Not for the $1,000, but like
Not-
you paid zero.
Zero. Zero, man.
Why am I getting so much validation from that? It
can
happened to you, but I feel so good inside about it.
I can tell you for a year, every 30 days, I was waiting for that bill to come, and I had that money earmarked, right? So I didn't want to spend it because I figured they would catch the mistake at some point. 1 month goes away, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. After a year, I'm like, I win!
Where was this jeweler?
This
Don't
was in
say it.
Washington, D.C.
Don't say it.
Yeah, never go back there because I'm sure there's a warrant out for your.
The Burt Show.